Welcome back to the channel, guys. I've got a bombshell information for you guys about the Charlie Kirk assassination. This involves his injuries and the autopsy and the controversy surrounding that. Now, the information is coming from an insider source, which I cannot reveal the identity of the source, unfortunately, but I'm only going to go ahead and relay what I was told to you guys for what's worth. Now, some of you guys probably going to like this. Some of you guys probably not going to like this, but it doesn't matter. I'm not here to just do a content for you guys to like or dislike. I got to tell you guys what I'm honestly thinking. Also, what the truth is if I have any facts in my hand. So that's it. With that being said, let's get started. But before we do that, guys, if you guys enjoy my content on this channel, please subscribe. By subscribing, you're helping me obviously push this channel further and this specific content to reach to more people. So this is very, very important to me. So I'm trying to grow this channel. So I would greatly appreciate it. And Instagram, Copperkaya, if you guys are interested in that one as well. So with that being said, let's get started. So I have made some phone calls, talked to some people. And if you guys don't know me, I know you like 85, 90% of you guys aren't subscribed to this channel, so you probably don't know who I am. Maybe some of you know me from the Classic Firearms channel where I do a lot of gun reviews there.
But initially when we were making that video, we did have reliability, like cycling issues with the gun when shooting express.
But my background is law enforcement. Just to give context on this one, about 10 years law enforcement, local, state, federal. I was a local cop for a little bit, very busy city, lots of action. And then joined the Illinois State Police. I was a trooper there. Then I got assigned to the Investigations Bureau, where I was a crime scene investigator. Literally, this is what I did. I picked up a lot of bodies off the streets. I've attended to many, many autopsies and pulled out a lot of bullets off of dead bodies for evidence. So I've got that experience. And then I joined the FBI, and I was a special agent with the FBI. And now, the official narrative, what the FBI is telling us, what the government is telling us versus what we're seeing. I've got my reservations on certain things, which I'll get to, but I want to talk about the injuries, Charlie's specific, just the shot placement, what happened to Charlie, just the autopsy, the controversy surrounding that. Made some phone calls to somebody I know, and that person talked to somebody they know, so we got a hearsay of hearsay, let's just say. So take everything with a grain of salt. But this is coming from a credible source, and the bombshell is Charlie only had one hole in his body when it comes to, well, at least a hole that he wasn't born with. Let's just say that, right? And that was on his neck. So I know a lot of us have been questioning the entry wound to be the exit wound because it is rather large when compared to a regular bullet hole. I have seen a lot of people shot with bullets. Lots of people, guys. I've got firsthand experience on this one. And a lot of times, yeah, bullet holes, the entry wounds are at the size of the bullet itself. Now, I have seen entry wounds larger than the bullet hole itself on a headshot with a rifle caliber. That tends to kind of blow out the person's skull. But on a skin, I have not personally seen it. I'm not saying it's not possible. But I've seen 5.56, 308, 70 by 39, 9mm, 45 caliber entry holes, and they generally tend to be the same size of the bullet. Except there was one incident with a 45 caliber. A gentleman was shot a couple of times, and that wasn't a hole. It was literally just like an X. Just the skin was kind of blown out a little bit, and that was the entry hole. 45 caliber ball ammo. So that was rather interesting, but it was still not like a devastating entry hole. So on Charlie's, that looks very interesting. Let's just say my personal thought, which I went back and forth a little bit, the headshot, and then I was like, oh no, this is a frontal shot. So I analyzed the footage myself, and then I landed on that, hey, you know what, Charlie was shot from the front. That's still my stance, unless I'm proven otherwise. I'll be very happy to tell you guys I was wrong, and I'll be very happy to do another content here and tell you guys I was wrong. And no, guys, I'm not being paid by anybody. Nobody's visiting me. I'm not that important. Just not, okay? I don't care. My soul is not for sale. Every time I do a content over here, I'll tell you guys my honest personal thoughts. Or if I have facts, I'll present them to you. If you guys like it, you don't like it, hey, listen, I'm not here to post content you will like. I'll just tell you guys what I'm thinking and the facts. Hopefully you guys at least appreciate that. Anyways, so the autopsy results, my source told me there was one hole, and that was in the neck. And from there, Charlie's basically spine, the vertebrae, was completely destroyed. And according to my source, flesh around his neck, the muscles just completely destroyed. And the projectile, which was fragmented, I don't know how many pieces, at least the information I got, was there was definitely a larger projectile, and but some other smaller pieces within Charlie's body, which was located a little bit lower. Actually, not as low. Like initially, we were told that it went all the way down his stomach, like completely shattered the internals, right? I was not told that. I was told the projectile was actually pretty close to still in his upper body area, like this location. In fact, let's just look at a diagram so I can explain this to you a lot better based on what I was told. All right, guys. So we all know Charlie was shot right around here somewhere, give or take, right? And the shooter was at a 9-degree slope, slightly to Charlie's left. It wasn't like directly head on. It was a little bit to Charlie's left, coming down probably at this angle, about 9 to 10 degrees, something like that. So theoretically, the bullet would just be continuing downward, right? And that's where the interesting story comes up. So if we actually look at this is the anatomy of a human neck. You know, we've got the first 7 cervical vertebrae, and then we got the thoracic, 12 of them right here, and then the lumbar, right? Then we got, don't worry about that. So based on the information that we have, Charlie basically was, like, at least that we know, 9-degree slope. Well, this is not even 9 degrees. This is a little, yeah, let's just say about that. Well, this is probably too steep. Something like that. So if Charlie was shot in this angle down a little bit, so theoretically, the bullet would just be continuing like that, right? So what I was told that his, again, this is hearsay of a hearsay, somebody who has actual information of the autopsy. And yes, autopsy was performed, so I'm sure you guys can put 2 and 2 together. So the bullet basically hits Charlie right here, around here somewhere. Based on what I was told, this whole 7, all of it, like this is just completely just done for, destroyed. Now we're all probably curious, how did Charlie's upper cervical area got all destroyed when the bullet is coming downward angle? It would probably destroy right here and probably even lower, right? How did the upper part happen? Well, I'm not a medical expert, so I don't know. All I can think of is maybe some temporary wound cavity, kind of the shock wave affecting it. Even then, that's kind of weird to me. I don't know how that happened. I've no idea. All I know is I was told that this vertebrae right here, the cervical area, is all destroyed. Again, if you have never been to an autopsy, like all this stuff is all mangled with a bunch of flesh and tendons and the nerve endings, muscle, all that stuff is entangled here. So I don't know. I don't know, but this whole thing is destroyed. And also a little bit into his thoracic, this area, let's just say, just like that, completely done for. All these are shattered. But the bullet was, according to what I'm being told, was actually contained somewhere right here. So, I mean, excuse my drawing over here. I hate paint. But it was somewhere right here. So it didn't go down like some people told us that it was just down here. That's not the case. So it is up here. And so it was in multiple pieces. And they were able to pull the fragments. And I was told when I asked them about the caliber, obviously, that's what we're all very, very curious about. I was told that they have no clue what the caliber is. At least a medical examiner couldn't tell, I guess, what that caliber was. And they actually tagged that into evidence for the laboratory to do a trace analysis, to grab that. And I'm sure by now that's done for. I don't have any information. And what they do is they grab that projectile and the fragments of it, and they grab the alleged rifle that they have in hand, fire around through that, and get that control sample and put under a microscope and do a ballistic match. That's what they do to confirm or deny that that projectile came from that rifle. Sometimes they have inconclusive results because it's just so deformed that they can't do analysis on. I don't know if that's the case here, but was that a 30-06? I don't know. Was that a 5.56? They don't know. That information was not given to me because they didn't know, but I was told specifically there was only one hole in Charlie. So we didn't have any head injuries, nothing in his head based on credible source, and no lapel mic exploding and just some explosion on his chest. None of that stuff. There was just one hole. Now, a lot of people still think that's an exit hole. And listen, I was one of them. It still just didn't make sense. If you guys have seen my little podcast with Jim Foreman, Navy SEAL Team 6 Master Chief.
If it was something from the back, it would have been coming out like in a splatter, like an exit wound. It was an entrance wound from what I was looking at.
All right, so you're saying
Even I told him, I was like, well, that kind of looks like an exit wound. Even he thought that, but sometimes we can't explain certain things. Just because we cannot explain something doesn't mean that, oh, something else is going on. And I'm not saying something else is not going on here. When it comes to Charlie's wound, I'm still standing by, as of right now, the frontal shot, and my source kind of confirmed that with me. But who shot Charlie? Was it Tyler Robinson? Was it with that 30-06, which again is kind of like crazy, right? The 30-06 not going through. Bullets do weird things. I'd be very happy to talk to any other YouTubers, any other gun tubers on this one. I'd love to chat with people actually about it. So let me know if anybody wants to talk about it. I have my reservations on Tyler Robinson, especially those text messages. Guys, I did a video on this channel about those text messages, things just not adding up. To this day, they do not add up to me. So we'll see what happens with that. There's something fishy going on that one. But my source basically confirms Charlie was shot directly in the neck from the front, and there's no other hole. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Do you guys agree, disagree? Do you think this is BS? Let me know your thoughts. Let's chat about it in the comment section. And let me know if there's any other Charlie Kirk theories out there that you'd like me to do a commentary on, or any other incidents I'd be very happy to do a commentary on, as long as it is within my interest and within my expertise lane. I'd be very happy to talk about it. And gun content. Let me know what kind of gun content would you guys like me to do. I've got a lot of it, and be very happy to do some of those content for you guys too. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. Subscribing helps me tremendously. Like, comment, all of that stuff. Let's push this channel further and further. So, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next one.